Hello everyone, this is Maryann here from Revealing Light Tarot, Astrology and Spirituality. Wherever you are in the world, when you're watching, a huge shout out to you. I'm thinking of all of you, all of my viewers, all of anyone who comes upon my videos and takes the time to watch them, who feeds back through kind comments, kind and courteous comments, and likes, and of course subscriptions to this channel. Thank you for supporting my work. Before I start on today's reading, it feels like it's a very momentous time, but I do want to just pause for one moment to thank a couple of people. We've had some issues with our post office here where I live. They were in a very old heritage building, and of course they had to relocate because there were problems with the building. So anyway, if your card or parcel has been waylaid, please know that I've got everything, and I just want to thank you. Chrissy from Kent in the UK sent the most beautiful tarot deck, Cairo Marchetti, Voice and Vision Tarot. I've always liked Cairo. We'll use that today. I've always liked Cairo's decks, and I have a few of his, but I liked him even more when he came out against the current US government, which doesn't represent the majority. I feel the majority of US citizens, and increasingly is becoming more unpopular by the day. Cairo came out against that government for things that they were doing, and so he went up in my esteem. There can be no bias against what is right and what is clearly so very wrong and cruel, and so if I have any sort of bend anywhere, it's toward the moral arc, if I can borrow that wonderful phrase, the moral arc of justice and equality for all, and of course doing what is clearly so right against what is clearly so hateful or cruel. Okay. And then I leave it up to Spirit. That is my human position, and I leave it up to Spirit. And what comes next, you see on this channel. So if you're a supporter of mine, thank you. So thanks to Chrissy from Kent. She gave me this couple of beautiful pendants and the deck, and it was a beautiful present. At the same time, Judy from Canada gifted me an old deck, the Medicine Woman deck, which is an indigenous deck from the created for the indigenous people in Canada. I also want to give a shout out to Native Americans in America. I understand that they were caught up in this whole birthright citizenship, which to me, I was talking about cruelty. Native Americans, as I understand it, didn't become citizens or weren't recognised. Of course, they're the first nations of America. They weren't recognised as citizens until 1924, and so they get caught up in this birthright citizenship that Trump is trying to overturn. So you can see how cruel these things become. So Judy from Canada, thank you very much. Also to Bob. Bob is I hope you don't mind me saying, Bob is like me, a cancer warrior, but also a government employee, and so we send light and love to all the government employees who have been caught up in this mass and what appears to be unthinking type of firing, and in the way it's done is incredibly cruel. Now, veterans are another group that are being attacked. There's been announced that the current US government, that does not represent all Americans, I understand that only so clearly, is going to get rid of, isn't that an awful word, going to retrench, fire, whatever you want to say, about 80,000, over 80,000 employees from Veterans Affairs. Also want to point out that around 30% of government employees are veterans. And so what sort of a message does that send to veterans in America? All groups are under attack, and what can I say? Sometimes I have no words. All right, so let's get started with today's reading. There's been quite a few comments about, does Trump actually hate America? Because I've been predicting a recession for, maybe well into 2024. I started predicting in 2024, around Christmas, New Year of 2023, 2024, I started predicting economic issues, and the issues just became, or the messages from Spirit just became more and more urgent. And I think I've really said, hunker down, don't buy what you don't need, put things away. And many of my viewers are following that advice. Well, of course, Donald Trump has started a trade war with China, Canada, and Mexico. Who's next? The Europeans. The steel and aluminium tariffs affect everybody. I don't think there's any exemptions either. So there is a trade war now. China has come out and said whatever war Trump wants to start, we will be there, and right up until the end. That's pretty scary. I know many people voted for Trump or supported Trump, thinking he would make the world a safer place. We've now got France moving its nuclear weapons, warheads, to Eastern Europe. We now have Germany wanting in on the UK's and France's nuclear weapons to protect Germany. We have a massive military build-up now, an armament in Europe. They are scaling up quickly. It just goes on and on. Unfortunately, Trump has ordered no more cybersecurity targeted at Russia. What's that going to do to the US? If we were looking on, and here's my question, is Trump actually trying to destroy America? We're going to look at that. Will he capitulate, go back on his tariffs? His end game, what's his end game with that? Destroy Canada's economy so that it makes it easier for them to be annexed. Will there be a full-blown recession? Because Forbes has come out that all the indicators are pointing to a recession in America. And of course, a trade war will bring that recession to everyone's door. I watched his State of the Union address. I really had not much time for it at all. I couldn't really watch it all the way through. I just watched highlights. That was enough to me. A very divisive speech. All right. So when everything is a mess, when everything is in shambles, will they eventually impeach him? That's the question I posed for you in the new year. That is still within the realms of possibility, but let's see. Let's start with our first question. Does Trump hate or feel vindictive toward America? Does Trump hate or feel vindictive toward America? And is he trying actively to destroy America? Is Trump trying actively to destroy America? Is Trump trying actively to destroy America? All right, so we have the 8 of coins. Somebody is working hard on something, but they're not fully skilled yet. They're the apprentice. They're learning from others. What might that mean? Okay, the Tower card. It seems that his lack of skill is destructive. So whether or not he's intentionally trying to destroy America, his greed, his I guess, wanting to, be like other authoritarian regimes, is actively destroying structures within America and bringing down some kind of tower moment upon the country. All of the above. We have the Six of Coins is at the foundation of the reading. Whose debt is Trump in? And that's a big question. Whose debt is he in? And are some of these decisions in relation to destroying certain things in America? Regulatory and regulations, regulatory authorities, agencies, departments for Musk. Are elections now bought? Putin. We can't forget those stories that he allegedly is a Russian, has been a Russian, worked with the Russians in the past. We know that Putin set off bombs in swing states during the 2024 election. The question is, who owns him? The lovers, the cult is in the past. Who got him to where he is? Who did it? Well, there was his hardcore base, and there were those that looked up to him as the reality TV star, the clown show, the circus, the huckster. I heard a woman say on Fox News this morning, our president said there'll only be a little bit of pain. And so we have to trust him. There'll only be a little bit of pain. I thought that's the kind of thing that people say before they sip the Kool-Aid. The Ace of Wands, there's a definite plan there. We have the Queen of Wands in the near future. Passion, motivation, stepping forward, bravery, women. Now, here's the thing. It's not a prediction I want to give, but women are going to be targeted with cruelty shortly. And it's almost as like there are so many groups that are now, including Republicans themselves, that are so angry. Republicans have stopped doing town halls due to the level of anger in their own towns and regions. The Knight of Cups, the truth is coming upon us all very, very quickly. In that way, he's serving a higher authority. The Two of Cups, there is a deal with somebody or something, and I would say many, a group, a deal, a contract. The truth of the matter is he is almost like contracted to do all this because he is in debt to many groups. This is for entertainment purposes only. Hopes and fears, can you defend yourself against such a situation? Can you defend yourself against such a situation? Can he defend himself? Can his party defend himself? America is not so easily sold. And here we have the outcome card, the devil. This is the darkness. This is also greed, avarice, being chained to somebody. Trump is both master, given that he's president now, and I don't mean master in a good sense, but he's also controlled by others as well that he is in debt to. King of Wands, only those who are brave and courageous can stand against this. And we have wish fulfillment, and the Nine of Rods, the guardrails. Will they hold? Will they hold? And that is the question for all to answer. We have the Four of Cups, disappointment. The Queen of Cups, nurturing oneself. The High Priestess, secrets. Secrets yet to be revealed. The Ten of Wands, this is difficult, a difficult thing for him to pull off. The Four of Wands and the Hermit. Why is it so difficult? Because he is becoming increasingly isolated. His health is not good. And we have the courts bearing down upon him. Justice. Justice serves many agendas, justice. Sometimes it can be blind as well. But what is taken away is given back. There is some vindictiveness and retribution here as well. So he's serving his own agendas. Is he trying to destroy America? There is over him an agenda, a definite agenda that he is in debt to. For their own aims, their own agendas. All right. Does he hate America? Not sure that there's that. There's certainly vindictiveness. There's certainly retribution. But this is transactional with the Devil card. It's a toxicity there as well. So let's take a look at his health in March, April. Again, some of the indicators, his gait, bruises on his hands, his thinning hair. Hair is a very good indicator of, what's to come. I hope my hair's okay, but certainly when I was ill, it wasn't. Let's have a look. We certainly know that mentally he's not okay. So how can a president deliberately crash, or I don't know, stupidly, incompetently crash their own economy? Okay. So let's take a look at his health in March, April. Can you show me his health in March, April? Can you show me his health in March, April? There's mobilisation here as something, both protests and I think he's going to start cracking down in a big way. I know that he said he will arrest university students. He understands the protests are growing and there will be, I don't think there'll be boots on the ground, but there'll certainly be, I don't know, is it National Guard? There's certainly deployments of some sort against protesters coming. So show me his health in March, April. Show me his health in March, April. All right, the Devil. There can be addiction to something as well. And paranoia. Paranoia, worry, restriction. Hanged Man, pausing something. Okay, so he may need some time out for something. I don't know. The Lover's card is in the past, which means that his own base might come for him in some way. Heavy decisions to be made. Crossroads. It's a crossroads for him in March, April. And there we go. 9 of Swords, a lot of anxiety. The 7 of Wands, having to defend oneself. And the Queen of Swords, logic, law. The Hierophant, Supreme Court. Interesting. The Knight of Coins, stability, finances. The 3 of Coins, working together to build something, and then complete and utter loss. It's the Minor Arcana Death card. It's the economy that features in March, April that's really putting the pressure on his health because of what? His incompetence. I think you're going to see Congress now answering back because it's just they're going against their emperor. I think you will see, I know this was supposed to be a reading about health, but I think you're going to see finally his own party coming back at him, because I think the economy in America crashes quickly. Let's have a look at that. So March, April, he comes under fire from everybody. there is a loss of some sort. He may have to take some time out. There could be some illness, and I don't rule out, I keep saying, I don't rule out a third assassination attempt. I never see him making a full 4 years. Let's have a look. Show me the economy. Will America's economy crash? Will America's economy crash? What can you tell me? Stock market crashed. It would take a lot to crash such a big economy. Will America's economy crash? Will America's economy crash? I'm seeing, on the runway where you have people with those paddles that they hand. I know Democrats held up the paddles, but I see, someone coming in for a crash landing, and there are people below trying to warn them or light their way in some way, give them signals. Well, they're all lined up on the runway. Multiple signals at this time. All right, will the economy in the US crash? Will the economy in the US crash? Seems to me during March, April, that's the big worry. The death card comes up. God, the end of something. And yeah, the Four of Coins, not enough money, holding back, money insecurity. The Three of Coins. The Three of Coins, trying to build something. The Hierophant. The courts. The government. The Ten of Coins is in the sky. That is the oligarchy, inheritances. Pardon me. The Ten of Coins, and we have the Emperor card. Not everyone's suffering financially. The Emperor card. We have the King of Swords, planning and strategizing. And the Ace of Coins, money. Okay. Let's see what's in the hope and fear. The Star card. People are hopeful. We have the Seven of Swords, lies and deceit and theft. Page of Swords, there'll certainly be some sort of crash. We get the overflowing emotions. People are just going to be so angry. And then we get wish fulfillment. It seems that this is a deliberate thing to crash or weaken the American economy. I'm sorry to say that, but that's what I see. The Seven of Cups, illusion and delusion. Deliberate or not so deliberate, there are financial hard times coming. So when you read that in the papers, hear it in the media, read it online, take heed and continue to bunker down. All right. Will he abide by the SCOTUS decision? He told him he can't hold up foreign aid. Will Trump abide by SCOTUS decisions on foreign aid? Will Trump? This is the litmus test. Will Trump abide by decisions from SCOTUS on foreign aid? I get that triangle again, only this time it's the right side up. The King of Coins, there he is, the businessman, and we get defending oneself. Well, he can't do that anymore. SCOTUS is the highest court in the land. The Page of Cups, a surprise. Perhaps he was surprised. The Three of Coins is in the past, okay? So he's working with two other parties in some way. The Six of Cups in the sky, going back to the past. The Five of Swords, abuse of power. He's going to test things. The World card in the present, endings. And the Star card in the environment, what comes after an end, a new beginning. Knight of Swords, the truth in the hopes and fears. He doesn't have the power of the purse. He doesn't have the ability to overturn what is already being committed by Congress. It seems that he is going to. moving on out of troubled waters, but heavy decisions. This is a litmus test, and we get victory. So I think the system is being incredibly tested. I don't know whether this delay helped him or not. I don't know what happens to interest on money that's being held still. I think he does release the money. The High Priestess, moderation, and the Wheel of Fortune. We also have heartbreak and downfall, fear. The cards are typically pretty terrible. We don't gild the lily here. We face the facts, but from that we look at the hope. We find hope in the cracks that are appearing, and there are many cracks in his armour. It seems that he will abide by the Supreme Court decision. Okay, I hope I'm right. All right, so I just want to see, will he ever be impeached? And then we'll move quickly on to Ukraine, and we might look again at a few elections. Just hold on, I'll have some tea. Okay, will there come a time, there's a crossroads here, will there come a time, and almost like slavery, will there come a time when Trump ever is impeached by his own party? He's got them, he's leading them round by a nose peg right now. Will there come a time when Trump will ever be impeached by his own party? Will he ever be impeached by his own party? Somebody's waking up. Somebody's sacrificed their what? Their soul, but they're waking up from that. Oh, I hope so. Sorry, I'm just getting hot. That sometimes happens when you do readings. Will he ever be? Will there come a time when he's ever impeached by his own party? I'm seeing a Z. Now that Z could be for Russia. Don't they put a Z on their tanks? It could also be Zelensky as well. Will there come a time whenever he is impeached by his own party? Oh dear God. King of Coins, the businessman and the devil. The businessman and the devil. Business. Knight of Wands, a movement forward, courage, and a quick movement forward. Queen of Wands in the past, women. I think Republican women have already acted in many ways against him. Deals, what deals have been made, contracts. The Four of Wands coming back together, reunification. It's also my card for the Democrats vote. You will see some voting with Democrats. The Knight of Cups. He's got them, and the Queen of Cups. There are women here that are going to go against him. So it's something else that he does that brings women out, Republican women out to vote against him. The Four of Cups, disappointment in the hopes and fears, and then anxiety. The Apprentice, and the Tower. He's going to force people's hands eventually. No, I don't see at this point that they impeach him. It's not in my vision yet. We see the Two of Swords, the crossroads, the Page of Coins. It's the economy. It's the crashing of the economy here. And the Five of Wands, partisanship. That's their overriding emotion, their fealty to their president. Interesting, the Ace of Cups has the upside down symbol, the triangle, but that's water. The symbol for water. Okay, you're going to see some movement against him within his own party. It's not sufficient enough to impeach him. The pedal hits the metal when the economy starts to crash. All right, so let's move on to Ukraine. I want to say that Rocky has been in treatment. Do you want me to let you out? Hang on. I don't want you walking down the stairs. Just wait for me. So he's had a benign tumour removed from his leg. We got the good news yesterday, it was benign, but he's also got, I think, 7 stitches in his leg as well, and that's why he's got his cone on. We spent an anxious week or more worrying about whether he had a mast cell cancer tumour on his leg. It's benign. So Rocky lives to fight another day. All right, let's go to Ukraine. You would have heard then that the US will not provide Ukraine with any intelligence. Don't worry, other countries are as we speak. Okay. So will this loss of US intelligence impact on Ukraine? Will this loss of... It's a crossroads time for them. Will this loss of intelligence impact on Ukraine? Will this loss of US intelligence impact on the Ukrainians? We've got the star card. There's hope. There's hope, and what have we got? Hope for a victory with Ukraine. The 8 of Cups, loss, walking away from what no longer serves. I think all allies are reconsidering their relationship with the Trump government. Not the US, the Trump government. The 9 of Coins, the money has also stopped. I think you'll find that again, if they have to release the foreign aid, they have to release what's already been committed. The 10 of Coins looks like the money will start to flow again. There we have Russia, the Empress card. And we have heartbreak and betrayal in the present, and restriction and fear. That's what he's done to the Ukrainians right now. Will the loss of intelligence... It will benefit Russia. There is, I have to say that Russia gets a hand up. We have the Knight of Pentacles in the hopes and fears. Will they be stable? And we have the 6 of Coins, loans, debts, but also charity, help. They will get help from others, but we see the Tower card here and the Page of Coins. So he ends up giving them something, but they get the Tower card, the Knight of Cups, an offer. He's trying to get them to sign that mineral deal. That's what this is all about. I said that eventually they would sign, that's my prediction, with Europe. There's 3 people in the deal, the US, Europe, and Ukraine. So it seems that eventually after, it will cause some huge issue. It will give the loss of the security, some benefit to Russia that will be felt and seen. Eventually, you see them coming together. So we have circles of support. They have so much support from allies. Moderation. We have the Ace of Cups, emotion, loss, death, and something coming to fruition in time. So they've got multiple plans in place. Turkey, I want to speak about Turkey here, is on the cusp of sending soldiers into Ukraine. They want to be part of a security force. They've done so much to help Ukraine and have never really been called out for it. So a shout out to Turkey. I see something happening with them in the future. I think if things got really bad, I don't think Turkey would hesitate to support Ukraine. Okay, so last readings here. I took a look at the Canadian elections, and I felt that it depended on the candidate that they chose as to whether the Justin Trudeau's party would win. I think it's Mark Carney and Krista Freeland. Krista. All right, so assuming that it's Mark Carney, All right, would Mark Carney win a Canadian election? Show me clearly. So the Magician, we get manifestation. Something is manifesting. Volatility, though. We get the Knight of Coins. It's their economy, the stability. They're under threat. Something has been ended. What has been ended? The alliance, literally, with the US. They are currently under attack and defending themselves. We get the Queen of Wands. So that's the Krista Friedland. The Five of Coins is the tariffs and the difficulty that creates for all. It's serious. It is serious for both Canadians and Americans, and you know that if you're either. The Two of Swords, heavy decisions. We get the Hierophant. So the government is returned. Whether it's Mark or whether it's Krista, the Trudeau's government is returned. We get the High Priestess here, something we can't see. We have the Seven of Cups, illusion and delusion. And we have the King of Cups, eventually being triumphant. So the Hierophant to me says the government is returned. There will be some sort of interference there, some argy-bargy, some illusion and delusion. Could get pretty dirty, but we eventually get the King of Cups and the Sun card. So I'm just going to say at this stage, I think that Canadians are pretty happy with what Trudeau, how the government is currently responding. And I think based on that, they're more willing to go with guardrails, more willing to go with the current government than take a risk on a new one. And so I think either of those candidates, now we've moved into a position where either of those candidates could win in Canada. Now, one last question from my own country. I do want to shout out to residents of our northern rivers and then up the coast, Queensland and beyond, the north coast and Queensland. There is a Cyclone Alfred bearing down on them. Please know that you're in my prayers. I have a sister in that area, and my thoughts, my prayers, my energy is going to you at this time. I will send as much healing light as I possibly can to you. All right, now in Australia, we're coming up for an election. Tesla sales are down by 70%. What do you think that means? What do you think that means in Australia? Tesla sales are down 70%. All right, Albanese, are you going to win? Albanese, are you going to win? Someone's here with a wound. I think that's the opposition leader. A blindfold over one eye. One-eyed. He's one-eyed about something. Okay, so Albanese, are you going to win? Show me clearly. I said the longer they left it, the better their chances were. Anthony Albanese, are you going to win the election in Australia? Three of Cups, support, celebration, the Lovers. So he's enjoying increased support at this time, but we have the Foundation is the Devil. Okay, so they're seeing what's going on. And the thing with the Devil, it's not, it's the darkness that can be pierced with the light. It's when we see this that we start to, again, wake up. The Four of Wands, in the past, families. We have the Emperor here in the sky. There's a good chance he will retain it. And then we have Victory. I can only go on the cards that I'm given. It looks like they're victorious in the short term. We have the Eight of Cups. People are feeling a loss and they want to go back to the security of the past. Hopes and fears. There's fear on both sides of the aisle. It doesn't matter who's in government. People are expecting more and more. We have the Five of Wands, which is partisanship. The High Priestess. Okay, so there's and we get Crossroads. Okay, so and the Chariot card is is coming here. Choices. choices, and the Fool, new starts. Okay, so we have justice. Remember, people choose the government, get the government they deserve. The Knight of Cups. All right, let's do a clarifier using my old David Palladini deck, the Aquarian Tarot. So there are things that we can't see. There's a crossroads here. I'm tending to go toward, if he wins, it will be because of what's going on in the world. The people, again, don't want to... There's potential, good potential for Albanese to win, but there's also something we can't see here. Okay, so let's have a look. Came after the Chariot. Okay, the Five of Cups, the Seven of Cups, and the Fool card. All right, so let's see. Go to this partisanship and the High Priestess and the Crossroads and the Chariot. The Emperor card as the potential. Which way are you going to send me? I think it could go either way at this time. There's a face behind the mask. What are you going to reveal to me? I think Chalmers is our treasurer, so can Albanese win? Is this what you're telling me? It's going to be a really, I don't know, all elections are pretty toxic, aren't they? The Lovers card is here, and the Three of Rods. Okay, so, and the Knight of Rods. These are all yes cards. I can only go by the cards that I'm reading. It seems people are looking at what's going on in America and not wanting that here in Australia. Okay, they're more likely, let's just put it this way, they're more likely to go with the devil they know than the devil they don't know. Okay. All right. Thank you for tuning in. I don't think there's anything else I need to say at this point. Just stay safe, everybody. One of these days, as we work through this, what is an unfolding tragedy that didn't need to happen. No economy needs to be destroyed. Elon Musk is wrong about his economic theories. They've been debunked, and that's who Trump government is putting their trust in. This did not need to happen. This destruction did not need to happen, but we are and will see the truth of it. All right, thank you for tuning in, and bye for now.